I really don't like the term ADHD. It's wrong on so many levels. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. So attention deficit, no. With ADHD, we don't have a lack of attention. We got plenty of it. What we're struggling with is regulating it. Either we can't focus for long enough on one thing, we can switch from one to the other. And sometimes we can actually hyper focus like for hours and hours in some cases. So we got attention, it's just we can't always control where it goes. Hyperactivity, same thing, not always. You got three different types of ADHD. You got inattentive, hyperactive, and combined. So not everybody with ADHD will be running around like crazy, going up the walls. So there's a lot of different types there. And disorder, that's where I've got a bit of an issue as well. In my opinion, ADHD is just a different brain. It's a different neurotype, basically. We work differently. There are some shortcomings on one hand and some issues, and some of them can, yes, be very challenging in the world we live in. And there are some advantages too. The way I look at the disability side of it, for me, it's more of a societal friction. The struggle of forcing a non-standard brain to fit in a heavily standardized modern system, like basically trying to really push a square peg down a round hole. There's going to be some problems there. The other issue as well with ADHD is that because of the name disorder, it focuses massively on the problems that we're having. And yes, there are issues. I'm not going to deny that. Again, whether it's hyperactivity, impulsivity, inattention, we've got executive function issues that we can't get started on tasks, time blindness, emotional dysregulation, and a lot more things. That said, there are also plus sides as well, which are not really mentioned that much. Now, some people call them superpowers. Not really. It's a different balance. So yes, we've got some issues and difficulties on one hand, but we've got some other advantages that really make up for it if we are in the right environment, basically. Because when we are in a place where we can work with our brain, when we can work the way we like to work, the disorder aspect, all the struggling, all of that drastically gets reduced. To give you an analogy, you wouldn't care for an orchid in the same way you care for a fern. Different needs, different level of sunlight. It's kind of the same thing here. So again, it's not superpowers because it puts more pressure on the people with ADHD, but there are really some cognitive advantages. You tend to see more lateral thinking, more high pressure solving, tons of energy for subjects that you really like, and all of those things can, when they're harnessed, you really have a powerhouse. So it's really interesting to have that.